What is GA4? Will it hurt me? Will it help me? Let's talk nerdy. For the past decade, we've relied on universal analytics to tell us the what's up and the what's down on our digital profiles. It lets us know what's happening on our dealerships across multiple different channels, and even where people are located when they're making a search, so we can determine whether they're in market and an important part of our business plan. Now we've got GA4 lurking on the horizon, and let me tell you, this is not a small shift. So, if you haven't already started on GA4, well, you're 6 months behind, but you're not completely out of time yet. So you might be asking yourself, how do I get my GA4 set up? Well, here at Wikimotive, as a vendor, we use the GTM method, that's Google Tag Manager, to ensure that all of our clients were set up with GA4 back in May. So that means we've been collecting data this whole time. So, if you're wondering whether you have GA4 set up, or you're looking to get more information on how to set it up, we're going to put a link in the description to Google's guidelines, which are really rather straightforward. So, you can do this yourself. Now, if you're feeling nervous about this process, or you just want someone to gut check your work, reach out to a trusted provider, vendor, whoever you've got on your side to help you out on this. It's not a big deal, and it shouldn't be an extra charge. One of the questions that we field a lot is, will GA4 hurt me or help me? And the answer is, it depends. I know you love that answer, right? So, GA4 opens up an entire new can of worms for standardization that the industry has frankly never managed to have in the past. Universal Analytics collects all these events, and then they get sort of put into piles, and then we organize these things into goals. The problem with that is that every vendor out there or tool provider can write their own events, and they can use their own naming structure, which makes it hard to know what's actually going on your site. That means that auditing your goals can take a long time. I can tell you that our clients take around 5 hours of auditing a month just to keep their goals straight. Now, GA4 is entirely event-based, so it's even more based on what all these vendors and tool providers are putting into your data layer to show up as being an important thing for you. That means there's more chances than ever for them to have some shenanigans that frankly makes it impossible for you to know what's actually going on. To that end, the Automotive Standards Council, which is a group of tool providers, vendors, and even just think tank sort of brainiac people, have gotten together over the past few months and put together a detailed document of standards for here are the events that matter, here's what actual things mean, and here's how we have things standardized so that any tool provider can be compared to another tool provider without any obfuscation or buffoonery on some special dashboard that they've put together that's only for you, and they can't tell you how it works. Here's where you come in, dealer. Not all of your vendors and tool providers are on this standards council, and not all of them are going to be super willing to apply these standards to their own work. Why? Number one, it's extra work, and they don't get paid for that extra work, so this isn't a very tempting offer for them. And number two, if they're not providing a lot of value, this could be highlighting that. If they allow you to easily compare apples to apples between two vendors, that's easier for you, the customer, to decide which one's the better value. So, coming into GA4, it's more important than ever that you reach out to your vendors on your calls and say, hey, are you on this standards council? Are you up on these standards? Are you applying these standards to your work so I know exactly what's going on? If the answer is no, you should give them a chance to fix it, but also you should probably start looking for another option. There's really no reason for this entire industry to continue to accept vendors doing all kinds of different things and pretending that they're all successful and they're all working for you. It frankly can't be true. Standards are the one thing that we can really get out of GA4 that will change the way the industry works. So now's the time to take that extra call, take that extra meeting that, yes, you're very busy, but take it. And make sure you're hammering home that this is important to you as a paying client. If enough of us speak up, then we'll get this pushed through. And we'll all have clear sailing moving on. Oh yeah, Happy New Year too, from all of us at Wikimotive.